So, what happens when a massive plan to go viral meets an even bigger dose of reality? Well, today, we're going to break down an off-roading adventure that was all about ambition and engineering right up until it turned into a complete mechanical nightmare.
This right here, this was the whole philosophy behind the stunt. The fun shouldn't stop. It's what drives people to create this kind of extreme content. But as we're about to see, when you're messing around with tons of steel and a whole lot of deep water, the fun can come to a very sudden and very expensive stop.
Okay, so let's meet the star of our show. And I'm telling you, this is not just any old truck. This is a custom-built beast they call the Monster. The plan was pretty simple, and maybe a little bit nuts. Put this incredible machine through the absolute toughest test imaginable.
Just to give you a sense of scale, the creators actually put the Monster up against their other really powerful vehicles, including a seriously modified 4x4 named Ranny. But honestly, it's not even a competition. Those enormous tractor tires put the Monster in a completely different universe. This thing was a total game changer.
You know, it's hard to even explain just how massive this truck is. You can see it here just barely squeezing through the property gate. When they got it out on the road, it took up the entire lane. We're talking about a vehicle that's literally too big for public roads. This thing was built for one purpose, and one purpose only: to dominate everything in its path. So, what's the big challenge? The team decides the ultimate test of strength is to drive this absolute unit straight into a deep farm pond. You know, the kind of pond that would swallow a normal truck without a trace. Their confidence was through the roof. I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
And here we go. This is where our story takes a very sharp, very dramatic turn. The stage is set, the cameras are all rolling, and the Monster just plunges right into the water. But that fun we were talking about? It was about to hit a very solid and very expensive wall.
You can just feel the team thinking this exact question as the truck hits the water. I mean, it was built for this, right? The giant tires were just churning through the water like it was nothing. And for a second there, it really looked like a massive success.
And then this, a loud snap, and the steering hub on one of the front wheels just completely gives way under all that pressure. In an instant, the Monster isn't a vehicle anymore. It's just a multi-ton piece of metal stuck in the middle of a pond with absolutely no way to steer.
Now, let's be super clear here. This is not like getting a flat tire. A snapped steering hub is a catastrophic failure. It literally means the wheel is disconnected from anything the driver does. The truck is well and truly dead in the water. It might be able to inch forwards or backwards, but turn? No way.
This quote from the creator just says it all. It perfectly captures that huge gap between how these stunts look on camera and the incredible, unseen risks that are actually involved. The easy part was definitely over. The really, really hard part was just getting started.
You'd think a snapped steering hub is as bad as it gets, right? Oh, not even close. That one failure was just the first domino to fall. It triggered a full-blown cascade of disasters where every single attempt to fix the problem only made things worse.
So first up, they bring in a tractor to try and pull the Monster out. But the pond is just too deep, the mud is too thick, and now the tractor's stuck too. So they have to escalate. They call in a heavy-duty JCB excavator. But even that mighty machine can't get a grip. Its tracks are just spinning and spinning in the mud.
Okay, so let's just take a breath and look at the situation now. They have 3 vehicles completely stuck. They can't turn off the engines on the Monster or the tractor because their exhausts are underwater. If those engines stop, water's going to flood right in and seize them up for good. This has gone from bad to absolutely critical.
And this is the moment you hear the whole tone just change. The creator says this line, which basically means the loss of thousands and thousands of dollars has already happened. The fun is officially over. Now it's all about grim, expensive damage control.
All right, so now we get to the final act of this whole mess, the aftermath. With all the professional heavy machinery failing them, the team has to fall back on pure, raw ingenuity and grit just to salvage what's left of their day and their truck.
This part is just incredible. I mean, really, with the steering completely broken, members of the team literally get into the deep water and start physically wrestling with this giant tractor tire, forcing it to turn by hand while the driver inches the truck forward. It is a desperate, exhausting, last-ditch effort.
And once they finally got the thing out, they saw the full extent of the damage. And wow, it wasn't just the steering hub. The entire axle housing,
That big, solid metal tube that connects the front wheels had snapped clean in half. The damage was so much worse than they could have ever imagined.
And so, the great monster, this incredible machine that had so triumphantly driven into the pond, couldn't even drive out. It had to be towed away, defeated, for what you know is going to be a huge and hugely expensive rebuild. It's a pretty humbling end for such a beast.
The whole thing really leaves you with a fascinating question, doesn't it? We all tune in for the spectacle, for the fun, for the thrill of watching somebody push the limits. But behind every single one of these viral stunts, there's a story of incredible risk, cost, and sometimes a total cascade of failures. It really makes you think, what's the real price of the content we watch every day?